Welcome to another wonderful video of me painting a landscape. This is going to be another landscape in Tuscany, of course, because that's where I live. I'm going to be watching it on my iPad while I'm commenting on it. So I'm going to be looking this way, but I'm also going to be looking this way because I want you to be involved in this and follow me in my steps. Let's paint. So I just put down some washes, the sky, and I left some white spaces for the clouds to be also there. Although I would have loved to have better clouds, these are not my best clouds. Um, and if you have never been here, you should come and visit because it's a beautiful land. It's really, really magical and stunning. There is these really soft hills everywhere in the country, of course. I live in Florence, and the light is just magical. There's olive trees everywhere. There is these tall trees that are called cypress trees, and they are everywhere. Um, and the landscape is quite interesting. I'm just putting up some washes down here, and this is going to be my main colors for this painting. So it's the blue of the sky and then this green wash. I'm also spraying some water here because I want to add some more color and I want it to be lighter because these trees are going to be, these are kind of like fruit trees, but they're not fruit trees. Um, I kind of want them to be shining through, so I put too much color there. So you can do this. This is a trick that you can do. You spray a little bit of water. I have this little um, spray can with water, and then you just press a paper towel on it, and it will just take the color out. And I'm applying here some blue for the background. Those are the mountains in the distance, and like Leonardo said, everything that's in the distance, it's going towards blue. So every time you have something that's far away, it's going to be bluish. And as it comes closer to you, it will become the color that is actually on the object. He actually said it the opposite way. He said that every color with distance becomes blue. That's how he defined it. And I'm now applying these more stronger colors because they're close to us, so they're going to be much stronger. We're going to see the browns and the greens and everything. Um, Another thing that you can notice pretty quickly is how the land rises and falls. So it goes up and down constantly. And in between these little hills, there's always little pathways or roads, if you will, but some of them are not really roads. They're just, pathways that people can walk on. Um, and they're really beautiful. And all of this creates this magical landscape in Tuscany. There's also a lot of vineyards because there's a lot of wine made here. So you might see a lot of vineyards, although in this particular painting, I did not paint any vineyards because it just didn't call for it. But we have two beautiful farmhouses, so we're going to paint those. And I'm just painting some trees here so that the trees that are in the foreground are going to be the darkest one. They're going to be the ones that have the really strong colors. And I'm even applying some brown here to just emphasize that those are the things in the foreground. Um, it is very interesting to notice how these cypress trees, um, we only have a bunch of them in the background here, but I'm going to show you how to paint them. And there is one that's over that farmhouse, but those are the landmarks of Tuscany. And I'm applying a little bit more brown here just to put like shadows underneath these trees so they look natural and they look like they're sitting on the ground, which is exactly what I wanted. It's the effect that I wanted. I'm painting some, so these are supposed to be olive trees, And I'm using purple here because olive trees, they almost look silver, which is kind of weird, but they do look silver because their leaves are, if you flip them over, they're actually silver on the bottom, gray, I would say. It's not silver, but it's gray. So if you look at olive trees in the distance, they all look very pale gray, silver almost. So I'm applying some more color here just to make sure that all these trees have the proper shadows. And I don't want to overwork it, although I did overwork it. This is my big problem with watercolor, that I tend to overwork it. Um, I I'm not an oil painter by tradition. I actually do watercolor. I've always done watercolors, so this is one of the things I still have to work out. Um, so this is what you would see if you're driving through Tuscany, and this is what you would expect to see. And I'm just trying to work out this landscape that's close to us and add some more details and see if I can put some more colors here. Um, as you can see, my brush is going back and forth. I don't know what to do with it, but it's because it's already done. And I wasn't realizing that. So I keep going over, and finally I stopped, and now I'm doing some more shadows here for the olive trees, which was a great choice because I definitely overdid those trees in the foreground. Oh well, you live and learn. This is the magic of watercolor, and really any medium, any you do oils, fine. You do watercolors, great. Um, but the beauty of this is that if you do something and you don't like it, don't throw it away. Don't ever throw it away. Just do another one. Just keep going, but don't throw anything away, because you might look at it in 2 years and you might say, oh yeah, no, I actually like it, or well, I'm not making that mistake anymore. So but if you throw it away, you're never going to be able to tell your progress, which is actually crucial. So I'm applying some darker green here, but as you can see, it's a green that's um, almost like a blue green, but it's dark. So I'm actually applying the rule by Leonardo, which means everything that goes distant goes blue, and those trees are in the distance. I'm trying to do the trees here, just applying a really faint green color because I want them to look like they are translucent. So there's leaves up there, and I want them to I want you to be able to see that there is something behind them. And I also applied some shadow there with the brown, which was a mistake, but hey, let's keep painting because, it's just, we're going to fix it later. That brown in the trees doesn't really belong there. There should have been, yeah, like a yellow. See, I already changed my mind, and now I'm redoing it with the yellow, or it could have been green. That also works. So, hey, we're here to learn. Like, it doesn't have to be, perfect. It's just like let's try something, see if it works, and if it doesn't work, we're going to do something else. And you should be doing the same thing too. You should try things. If they do work and you like them, leave them there. If they don't work, make another one. Okay, I'm applying some more shadows here. So the tree looks a little alive. Yeah, and I definitely overdid it here a little bit, but that's okay. So one thing about these trees, they're common in Tuscany, but they're hard to see because usually they are either way standing alone, like these two, and so you will notice them, but they're just one in among many cypress trees, or they're part of the woods, like there's like a gazillion of trees there. So Either way, they're hard to see. What you might see more often is lots of trees together, which are these, or you might see the cypress trees. So when you're painting a Tuscan landscape, never forget to put cypress trees there. Okay, I'm just trying to paint these trees a little bit. I'm putting some more shadows. Okay, this is wonderful. So this landscape changes depending on the season. So let me give you an example. Um, like for example, in spring, everything is bright green because it never really snows here or it's not really that cold. But the grass grows really fast here, and the vineyards, most of the times, the leaves just come out all at once. And then you have the poppies in the fields. That's another thing that happens here. Um, but those are more common like around May, June, probably, which is already summer. But in summer, most of the landscape doesn't turn green, it turns yellow because a lot of times there's droughts here, there's not enough water. So what happens is a Tuscan landscape in summer could be very yellow because the grass basically dies. Okay, I'm starting to paint here the little farmhouse. It's going to be yellow. That's a typical color of buildings in Tuscany. Sometimes even bright yellow. People love yellow here. They like to paint their houses with other colors too, but most of the times they are ochre or yellow or some other color depending on what they like. And I'm trying to apply these colors here, and I'm already doing some shadows underneath the roof. This is another important thing. You should always do shadows underneath the roof. Um, and I'm trying to be as consistent as possible here and to do these buildings and to make them look like they are um, part of the landscape, because this is a very important thing. In Tuscany, nothing is taken out of the landscape. The landscape determines what it's going to be there, it determines what kind of houses they're going to build, it determines what kind of um, trees can be cut or not. And it's very important to understand this because there's a whole bunch of laws in Italy that protect the landscape. So this is pretty straightforward here. I'm not trying to like a romanticized version of this painting. It's just how you would see it um, as you walk through Tuscany. I'm painting this little teeny tiny church in the back. There's a steeple. Um, and if you walk through Tuscany, there is definitely going to be little churches here and there that are just standing by themselves, and you have the pleasure to see them. Most of them are open, so you can go inside, you can visit. Um, and as I'm painting this, I'm always trying to like bring the balance of these shapes because farms can be pretty big, but I don't want to overpower the whole painting with a big building. I'm trying to do like smaller buildings, and I'm hoping this is giving you a little bit more of a clearer picture of what Tuscany really feels like. But I'm going to be painting a lot more of it, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. That always helps. It's very nice. Also visit my Etsy store if you'd like to. I have lots of paintings there. I'm redoing the whole Etsy store right now, but there's going to be brand new stuff there very soon. Feel free to check it out. Okay, and I'm painting these. These are the cypress trees that we were talking about before. So I'm painting these because they are in the background. However, they're very dark. They are extremely dark trees because the light doesn't really shine through very well. So I'm pretty happy about this painting. It's just I wish I used less brown in the foreground. It doesn't really belong there, but I did it, and that's fine. And the sky too should have been a little bit darker, but that's okay. We're gonna make another one, and we're gonna make it better. So, and these are the olive trees that I painted before. So I kind of like it. Yeah, it's gonna be in my Etsy store eventually. So check it out. Stay tuned and come back. I'm also trying to make some shadows below these big trees because they don't have any. But really, what is supposed to happen is that these big trees actually cast a lot of shadows. So that's actually something I should do, and I'm probably going to do it. Um, and as you can see, the cypress trees in the background that I painted before, those are pretty dark. They're definitely gonna be one of the darkest things in the background that you can see because they are they are trees. They don't really get any light inside. Like you have a tree, we have a branch with leaves. Well, these don't. These are evergreen trees, and there is no light going into them. I'm putting some more darker colors in these mountains because they looked a little pale to me. Although now, in hindsight, I would say they were fine. I just what's really too light probably is the sky on the top. That should have been a little bit darker. And I'm painting this very far background. There's probably some trees there. I don't know, but I'm trying to like make it look like there is a depth to the whole thing. So I painted this background here, and I'm just detailing. This is details put on the painting because maybe there's something missing, maybe there's something off. So I'm just trying to like balance the whole thing and fix it. There's a couple of shadows missing. I can see them now. For some reason, I missed them before, but I'm definitely gonna fix it. Okay, I'm putting some more details in the vegetation, which makes me very happy because this is exactly how it looks like from if you are walking through the landscape. Um, you have these more detailed. I'm trying to make these trees a little bit more detailed because uh, they are they have lots of details because they're close to us. So I want those details to be seen, and I'm applying some darker shades here so that it looks like they are more complex. They're not just blobs sitting there, but there's a complexity to it inside. So I'm trying to, and this is a technique that I learned in a painting restoration class. If you go up and down, you do these little um, lines, it looks actually very nice. You can use all sorts of colors and make colors can blend into each other without looking like there is a blob on the page. So okay, I'm very pleased with this. Um, like and subscribe and watch the other videos. Bye.